What is up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to make the best Minecraft zombie wave system that has ever existed. And the best part is that even your grandma can make it. It's that easy to make. Alright, so without further ado, don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to share this with your friends. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so first thing you're going to want to do, you're going to want to place down 2 blocks like this, and then 1 block above. You're going to put a button on that block right here. We're going to put 2 redstone going out like this. And then this is going to be a repeater, just right here. Alright, now you're going to want to place a piston, or not a piston, a block right here. So right here. You're going to place pistons going around like this for as far as you want it to go. This could be infinite, just as long as you keep this pattern going, like so. So that's how many blocks we're going to have. And then now, what we're going to do, we're going to place blocks or observers on the sticky part of those pistons, like so. So like that, and the same thing on this side. Alright, now we're going to put blocks in the gap between every one of these observers. And don't worry if they get pushed out right now, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now we're going to go up to these yellow blocks, ignore the first one. We're going to go up to these yellow blocks and place pistons on each one of these facing outwards, like that. Now we're going to put honey, 2 blocks on each piston. So, and then we're gonna put redstone blocks on that honey, like that. All right, so there you go. That's the first part complete. We can get rid of the yellow and bring in the red. All right, so the red part of this contraption is gonna be the reset line, and what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to place a piston facing into each of these observers like this. And it's gonna be hard to set it right here. So one thing I like to do, I just like to break it, and then I can just put this back, like so. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing right here, and then I put it back, like that. Alright, and then we do the same thing on this side, so like this. Alright, so now that you have the pistons in, you're going to want to take your red concrete, and you're going to put 2 blocks going out like this for each one of those pistons, like so, like that. And then you're going to want to dig down to and place a block right there. This one doesn't really matter. And then now you place the redstone going across like so. Alright, now we copy this on this side, so we're going to do it. So what we're going to do, we're going to put 2 blocks down like that. And then we just put redstone right here. Alright, now we need the top part of this reset line. So you're going to want to do, you're going to want to place 2 blocks right here and the 2 blocks above this redstone with a button right here. And then you're going to just carry this all the way down like so. And then what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to make a little pattern like this. So basically surrounding this piston only on the top, left, top, and right. You're going to want to keep that pattern going. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. So like that. And then what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to come up 2 blocks like so, and then combine these with the redstone like that. And you're going to want to take this all out too. Alright, one thing I also like to do is right here, I like to add a repeater. So now if we press this reset switch, pulls all of them out and brings them in. Alright, so now we need to combine this with this line right here. So an easy way to do that, we just combine. Oh wait, also we need one in front of this piston. I didn't put one here. So we'll put that right there. Like that. Alright, so now we're going to combine this redstone line. So what we're going to do, we're going to go down like this, and then down like this. So it's going to go down. And place a repeater right here, and then redstone in front of that. Same thing for this side. We're just going to bring this down, and then we're going to attach it with the redstone. I like to put a repeater going into it too. Alright, so now if you press reset, it pushes all of these in, and now all the observers should be in, and these should all move at the same time. If you ever need another repeater, don't be afraid, you can just add one right there. Not right here, but like, you know, you could add one anywhere in the circuit as long as it's down here and not up here. Now that we're done with the red and yellow line, we're gonna go on to green. So the easiest part of this whole contraption is literally this line right here. This is all it takes. One block right here, one block up. And you do that for all of these. So like that. Place one dot of redstone right there and a torch on top of it. And same thing over here. Right here, up. One dot for all of these and then a torch above. Now we're gonna get the purple line. And we're gonna put torches on all of these like so. And then, what's it called? And then we're gonna take purple and put it on top of both of these torches with redstone on top of it. And then another block coming out of that redstone with torches on top of those. So same thing over here. Redstone. So there you go, and then torches on top of those. Now all we need to do is attach this to our button. Alright, so to attach it, what you're going to do is you're going to put blocks right here, and then put 3 ticks of delay right in between all of these. So like that. We're going to go over here and do the same thing. 3 ticks of delay, so like that. Alright, now we're going to want to attach this, so we're going to put redstone right here. And then we're going to come down here. We're going to make a little pattern like this. So like that. And we're gonna make a little. Alright, now we're gonna bring redstone and we're gonna put it right here. And then block it off from connecting to this one. And then make it turn around like that. And basically make a pulse extender by putting 2 redstone right there. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna put redstone torch right here. And you're gonna bring it down a little bit and take those out. Now you're gonna put a dropper and a hopper on top of that and put an item in. And then you just take a output like this from that hopper. So like that, comparator and repeater. And then just keep that going over there. Same thing on this side. Alright, so we're gonna knock 2 out. Put 2 blocks right there. And then dropper, hopper, 1 item inside. And then we're gonna move this all the way over here. And we're just gonna attach it. So like this. Like that. Alright, so now that should be all the redstone complete. So if you press this button, it should start counting. So as you can see, 1. And then next one's gonna be this one. 2. And then now it's gonna be both of these. 3. Alright, so that's it for that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on to the commands. Alright, so first thing we're gonna want to do, we're gonna want to set up a round counter, and a round counter that we actually see and a round counter that we don't see. Alright, so to do that, we're gonna set up scoreboard, objectives, add, and then we're gonna put the counter that we don't see, and I'm gonna name it dummy, and then I'm gonna call it test. So this one we're not going to see, and I already have this one, so you just press enter and you have it. And the next one we're going to do B, and then dummy, and then this one's going to be called rounds or points, like so. And I already have that one too, and this one we actually see, so this one will be set display, or scoreboard, objectives, set display. And then it's going to be sidebar. Oops, I meant to do that. And then B. And that's the one that's already showing. Alright, so now that you have those, we're going to get a command block to live at the command block. Alright, and we're going to put one right here. Scoreboard. Set. Or players. set, and then this one's gonna be at E, name equals rounds, and then we're gonna put it as A, A, and then 0. And then next one's gonna be, we're gonna take a chain command block on always active, scoreboard, players, set, rounds, to 0, or A to 0. There you go. So that's these two commands. These are the two commands that reset everything to 0. Next, we're gonna take these, both of these. So we're gonna copy them. We're gonna put them up here, and we're gonna put it add, and then this is gonna be 1, and then we're also gonna put 1 on this one. So add 1. And then we have to change this to add also. We're going to do the same thing for all of these, except we're going to double the number every single time we place a new one. So 2, and then 2, and then we're going to change these to add. Oops. So there you go. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just copy these again. And then I'm going to place another one right here. And then 4. And then 4, and then it just keeps going on, doubling every single time. 8, 8, 16, 16, and then last but not least 32 and 32. Alright, so this goes up to 63 rounds. To determine how many rounds it goes to, you take your last one, you double it, and you subtract the 1, and that's how many rounds it goes to. Alright, so now that you have this, you need to actually summon the zombies, and to do the summoning part, it's so much easier now. So let me show you the command for that. Alright, so to summon the zombies, you're going to want to do this easy little contraption I made. That's basically gonna, what's it called? It's gonna make it so the zombies spawn, like, so you don't have to set up all the spawn command blocks like my past ones. It's gonna make it so they spawn without having to place all those command blocks. So what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to place a block with a torch on there, and then a repeater on top, and then a block or a command block right there. So now what we're gonna do, summon armor stand at the pressure plate, and then we're gonna name it custom name, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna name it rounds, and then we're gonna put custom, oh wait, no, we're actually gonna put invisible, and then we're gonna make it 1. There you go. So now it's there. We're gonna copy that command right here into this one. Alright, so now if that command block somehow manages to, or this armor stand somehow manages to break, it will spawn a new one there. Alright, so now you're gonna need 2 more commands, and these last 2 commands, all you're gonna need is a place to spawn the armor stand, or the zombies. Alright, so these last 2 commands are pretty long, but it's gonna be in the description, so don't really worry about it. And what it is, it's gonna be execute at E, name equals round, score equals A over 1. Wait, let me put it on conditional real quick. So yeah, this one, A equals 1 or more, run execute at R, run execute at E, type equals Minecraft armor stand, name equals AB, sort equals nearest limit equals 1, summon or run summon Minecraft zombie to above it. So what that's basically doing, in an easier way to understand, is finding an armor stand with a certain name and spawning zombies above it. Alright, now scoreboard players remove at E, name equals rounds, and then it's going to remove 1 from it. So right now what we're going to do, we're going to press the reset switch, Alright, and I think I have a place that spawns zombies right here. So that's where the zombies are. Here, I'm gonna make the little zombie spawner so you can see how it works. Alright, here's the command. Execute at E, type equals armor stand, and name equals AA, run. Summon Minecraft armor stand, 2 down, name equals AB, visible, and then the top one kills AA. So that's how you do the spawn point. I'll put that in the description, and I put one right here. So let me delete this one. I'm gonna show you how to do it. How to make a spawn point. So I'm gonna just put it like this, and then we're gonna take a name tag, name it AA, and then we're gonna take an armor stand. We put it right where we want the zombies to spawn, and then we just name it. There you go. There's a spawn point in there, like so. Okay, so this one's correct. This one's correct. The next one is supposed to be B. So make sure you do that. Make sure you put it as B for the chain command blocks. That was my mistake right there. B, and then B. Yeah, so I had to keep doing this for all of them because I messed it up. Alright, so now that we switched this back to B, this should work like it should. So if we press the yellow line, it should summon exactly 1 zombie. So let's kill that. Zombie. There you go. So 1 zombie. Next one should be 2. So as you see, it's counting up. So 2 right there. And let's say we want to skip a couple rounds, so I'm gonna get these, and this is 32. So what it's gonna do now, it's gonna basically add 32, and I think it's gonna be 3, so it's gonna be 35 next round, and that's how you skip rounds. So there you go, round 35, 35 zombies, all with this tiny little contraption. Alright, so if you follow this thing step by step, make sure you're in Java. If you follow this thing step by step, and you can extend it as far as you want. This one right here goes to 1 billion rounds. 1 billion 73 million rounds right here. So yeah, this is how much this one does. And you could keep it going. You see, whenever I need repeaters, that's when I use a repeater inside there. And yeah, so yeah, you just keep this pattern going, and you should be perfectly fine with your zombies map. So yeah, that should be it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.